Hey, it's Kenny. Today I'm going for a drive down South Jetty Road here just south of Florence, Oregon. South Jetty Road goes out to the South Jetty of the Siuslaw River. So come along with me and we'll point out a few things along the way. The first thing we come to here is a Thousand Trails South Jetty RV Park and Campground. It's a big place. They have a lot of spaces in there. There is also, just down the road here on the left as well, the private park Oddfellows Campground. It's right there. This is a fee area. Yeah, there's a pay station right up here for it. It's the Oregon Dunes National Recreation Area. But if you have a certain pass, you can get in here for free. There is an information board that explains all that. It is a few miles all the way out to the South Jetty of the Siuslaw River, but there's quite a few places along the way that you can stop and recreate and do certain things. One of them is just right up here. There's a huge sand dune that a lot of people go and ride their dune buggies and motorcycles and all kinds of stuff like that. It can be a very busy place in the summertime. Here's a map that gives you an overview of the road we're driving on. As you can see, the road turns and goes north parallel to the beach, all the way out to the South Jetty of the Siuslaw River. There is another campground just up here. It's in a big parking lot. It's like a staging area for people who want to go ride their ATVs out in the sand dunes. So it has no facilities, but for some reason a couple of years ago they put in some speed bumps on the road here to slow people down at the entrance, I guess. And the original speed bumps were horrible. They were short and high. They were really hard to get over. But they have since fixed it and put some in that have a gradual slope but are much better. So the campground entrance is just right around this corner right here. There it is. And it is a parking lot, so there are no hookups or anything, but if you want to go ride in the sand dunes, it works just fine. And there are 3 more speed bumps to go over. I think it's too many, but it is what it is. You just have to deal with them. There's also an opportunity to take your ATVs all the way out to the beach. There's a little sand road on the left side of this road here. So a lot of people will ride on the beach as well as on the sand dunes. You can see the sand road going over the hill there to the beach off to the left. There are a number of parking lots along this road that you can park in and walk over the dunes to get to the beach. lot of people in the summertime. You see lots of cars parked in these parking lots. People must be enjoying themselves over there in the beach. It is a nice beach, but you do have to walk over the top of that big dune. So there was an unusual event that occurred out here back in 1970. We didn't live over here then, but we did see it on the news, and we tried to come over here and see what was going on before the event happened. But there were so many people parked on this road to the beach that we couldn't even get down here. So what happened here is a whale washed up on the beach. A dead whale, of course. And because they didn't want it staying on the beach like that for a long time, and nobody wanted to move it or cut it up or try to get rid of it, the Oregon State Transportation Department came up with this idea that they would pack a big bunch of dynamite on the whale and blow it up. Seemed like a good idea, and make it in little tiny pieces, and maybe the birds would clean it up and the rest would wash out to the sea. That was the idea. Let's take a lot of dynamite and go blow up a whale. Well, I guess there was a pretty good crowd of people that gathered to watch this thing happen. So let's see what happens here. Well, at first it looked like it had worked, but then pieces started falling out of the sky on people and things. Not good. People ran for their lives. So now that is the legacy of Florence, Oregon. We now own that event, the exploding whale. I hope it never happens here again. Actually, some other whales have washed up on beaches on the Oregon coast. They dug a trench and buried those. Much better idea. Well, since I'm a geocacher, I thought I'd put a geocache out here in this area to sort of memorialize this event. There it is, right there in that scrub pine. Pretty easy to find. Now, a few years ago, this road had a washout problem. The Siuslaw River had kind of encroached on one part of it, and part of the road caved off into the river, so they had to temporarily put in a gravel part that went around that, and that was there for a couple of years. But then they came out here, built a brand new road. It kind of winds around through the sand dunes and get you out to the South Jetty. And also there's a dock out here, a rock dock, that you can go crabbing off of. This is what the old road looked like, just a nice sweeping bend. And here's the new road. comes to a stop sign up here. And if you turn to the right, it goes out to the rock dock. And if you turn to the left, it goes to the south jetty. And that's where we're going first. There is a big parking lot right here. This parking lot is the end of the fee area. Once we leave this and go past the sign, we're now in here through the Corps of Engineers and the property that the jetties are on. There are signs out here that say no overnight camping. So if you wanted to boondock out here, you're not supposed to do that. There's the Sayusla River off to the right, and the jetty starts just down the road there a bit. This is as far as you can drive, really. I mean, there is kind of a road out there, but it's pretty rough. So let's get out and walk around a little bit, take a couple pictures. I think the jetties are a couple thousand feet long, and they're designed to promote the flow of the water out from the Sayusla River to keep the mouth of the river navigable. But they do come in here with a dredge every few years and dredge the silt out of the river. Here's a few pictures taken back in 1913 when the jetty was built. Let's drive over to the rock dock, which is a county park, and see what is happening over there. It is a good place to go crabbing. We have been down here and done the crabbing thing a few times. Sometimes you catch some crabs, and sometimes you don't catch any that are legal. They have to be a male, and they have to be a certain size to be able to keep them. All the others you have to throw back. Well, it looks like there's a few people out here doing some crabbing thing. There's several ways you can do that. You can use a crab ring, or you can use a crab pot. We usually use a crab pot. Look how many ropes have been over the edge here. People have been pulling crab pots out of here for years. I actually took a video with my GoPro once a few years ago to see what goes on down there. Well, it's time to head back home. Thanks for coming along with me on this little drive down South Jetty Road, just west of Florence on the Sayusla River. May God bless you, your family, and your friends. I will see you in my next video.